So the question of the day is, how do I get myself and my team members to stop procrastinating on important tasks? So in your business, I'm sure there are a few things that you really don't like doing that you keep pushing off week after week. And so I'm going to show you a little mental technique that works every single time to get you to follow through with the things that you commit to so you can move your business forward and continue to be profitable and serve all of your clients. So typically when you are planning to do something, you put it in the calendar or it's in your project management system and you put a due date on it, right? But then the time comes and you find something else to do, or something suddenly comes up, or you find yourself distracted on some busy work or something like that. Ultimately, this is just your brain avoiding this difficult and challenging task to be completed. But the problem is not the completion of the task. The problem is the initiation of the task. And so I'm going to give you a little technique that I use called the focus technique that has two parts. One is when you plan the actual task, and then two is when you actually sit down to do it. So let's say that you've got to write a sales page, right? And it's going to take you 2 hours. Once you plan that task in your calendar, what I want you to do is I want you to go into the description and write down where you're going to be sitting. Are you going to be in your office? Are you going to be out on a chair outside with your laptop on your lap? Are you going to be in your bedroom? Like where, are you going to be at a coffee shop? Where exactly are you going to be? Okay. So you write that down. The next thing that you write down is, what are you going to be having to drink? So like, are you going to have water? Is it going to be coffee? Whatever beverage of your choice that you choose, write down what it's going to be. Next, write down, what cup is it going to be in? Is it going to be in your thermos? Is it going to be in a glass? Is it going to be in a mug? Okay. Next, ask yourself, are you going to be wearing shoes? Slippers, socks, bare feet, sandals? Specifically, what are you going to be wearing on your feet? Next, ask yourself the question, or write down, are you going to be listening to music? If no, fantastic. If yes, through headphones, or are you going to be listening it through a speaker? So you can continue to ask more and more of these specific questions. And you might be asking, what is the importance of asking these questions to getting a task done? Well, again, it's not necessarily about getting a task done. It's more so about initiating it. And here's how it works. Like, the human mind has this allowance of breaking your integrity, which is usually around like 10 or 20%. Before you start feeling like massive amounts of guilt that you didn't hit your mark, right? You didn't follow through with exactly what you said. So if you measure by meters and you're off by 10%, you're off by 10 centimeters. When you measure in centimeters and you're off 10%, you're off 1 millimeter. So when you set an intention and a bunch of clear details around that intention, and let's say that you drank coffee instead of water and in a mug instead of a glass, well, you didn't exactly follow through with everything that you said, but you mostly got it done. And so when you make a more precise aim, when your integrity mechanism will kick in and will allow you to be like 10% off. But if you say, well, I'm going to do these 10 things tomorrow, well, then you can let 1 or 2 of those slip through the cracks. This also creates a visualization of the mind of the exact image that you'll be looking at, that you'll be experiencing while doing this task. So as you prepare, the mind is setting up to do exactly what it was intending to do by creating an environment that it first saw in your imagination. So when the mind has a match to the visualization of the initiation of the task, it's more likely to get it done. It also provides a little bit of a time investment of setting it up. It's like, my gosh, it took 10 minutes to set this task up. So there's more of a time investment to the commitment rather than being like, I'll just do it on Tuesday. Okay. So then the next step, before you start that task, be sure to take a look at the checklist of all of the specifics that are going to be around you. And you can add different ones if you want. Like, you're going to be wearing a hat or not a hat. I don't know, whatever you want it to be. But have 5 to 10 details. The more resistance that you have to it, add more details. Trust me, this works. Then when you sit down, everything is exactly where it needs to be. I want you to open up the assets that you need in order to complete that task. Maybe it's a Google Doc. Maybe it's a doc and a sheet. Maybe it's a web browser page in a doc, whatever it is, open that up and shut everything else down. All your other tabs, all of your apps, shut off your phone, your iPad, whatever else is next to you. Then I want you to sit and just 3 quick breaths. 3 quick breaths. Just 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 3 And as you're breathing, I want you to focus on like all of the thoughts, all of the emotions just becoming in line with every single breath that you take. Then open your eyes and follow through. Seriously, try this technique out when you are trying to accomplish something that you've been procrastinating on. Lead your team through this if you're an operator or a project manager or the leader of your team to help your teammates get through a task that they've been procrastinating on for, the past 2-3 weeks, sometimes even more. And okay, that is it. That is how to accomplish a task that you've been procrastinating on for weeks. Try it out and let me know how it goes.